Twitch was founded in June of 2011. It was founded by the same founders of Justin.itv, right?
That TV.
Justin.tv, I'm sorry. So it was founded in June of 2011 and was the streaming and gaming version of Justin.tv, right?
It was a streaming platform.
Yes. It's a streaming platform. So it was founded in 2011, would later be bought by Amazon, and I'm pulling up some crazy numbers, and it was acquired in 2014 after raising $35 million and was acquired for $970 million by Amazon.
So let's get to the Black culture part of this. So the reason why this is an important conversation is everybody knows who Twitch. Everybody knows what Twitch is. Twitch right now is Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's iShowSpeed. It's these massive video game streamers. But before Twitch, there was a platform called Justin.tv. And we got to go back to like 2007, 2008, when the very first streaming platforms came out, like Ustream. I don't remember, you might remember Ustream. Again, we taking it back. People don't remember Ustream and Justin.tv. But you know who blew up Justin.tv?
We were just talking about that. Just saying, Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy and Bow Wow.
Yeah.
So Soulja Boy and Bow Wow are really what made Justin.tv popular, right? And on Justin.tv, Soulja Boy and Bow Wow used to always talk about beating each other in video games. Right. They had Xboxes. They were the gamers. Soulja Boy's like, I'm a gamer. I can beat you at Grand Theft Auto. I can beat you at Gears of War. I can beat you at Call of Duty. I can beat you at Madden. And so
that's right.
A couple years after that, Justin TV creates Twitch, the video gaming streaming platform. And so that's what I mean by these young kids on YouTube, because YouTube had been acquired, but people don't remember Soulja Boy was the first rapper to go viral on YouTube. You don't remember that? Like Soulja Boy, like Crank That was the first viral rap video on YouTube.
Which would later be turned, shout out to Donald Glover, to a whole episode of Atlanta.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And so that Black culture tech effect went from them talking about this to this video gaming streaming platform that got acquired for $1 billion, which is now worth what, like 40 something billion dollars. And so
$46 billion. Yeah.
Right. So are we leveraging? So in that conversation that we have, at what point does Black culture recognize and claim its place as we move the culture collectively, all people, but how from an infrastructure level do we participate in that?
I'm about to get deep with it, man.
Okay.
You know this, right? Nobody is better at bringing Black culture down than Black people, right?
Explain.
So very often, right? I love this metaphor that Fanbase's producer and editor, Andy Mateer, gave me, right? It's the restaurant theory, right?
Okay.
So you go to a restaurant for what? The food, right?
Yeah.
Right? If it's good food, you're willing to pass, let's just say they don't have napkins, they don't have straws, right? If it's good food owned by somebody who is not Black, you're willing to pass it, right?
Yeah.
But we become more hypercritical when it's Black owned, right?
Yeah.
The food ain't good, and all of a sudden every little thing, it starts stacking. So we are more hypercritical of things that were built by us than we are if they were built for somebody who was not Black, right? And we see that throughout history, right? It's almost a slave mentality.
Okay. You think so?
I do think so. Nobody, and we can stand even, well, I don't want to get too controversial here with talking about Uncle Nearest, but she is going to be dragged through the mud more than her white counterpart would.
I believe that. I don't disagree with that. Shout out to Fawn Weaver.
Yeah. Who's doing excellent, excellent.
Shout out to Uncle Nearest. I think I make that statement about the effect that two Black kids that are interested in video games talk about video games on live streaming.
Yeah.
A live streaming platform gets created, gets sold for $1 billion, and now it's worth $48 billion. And at what point should we enter the conversation of, we know we move culture. What are we thinking about doing what we do before we do it? Again, I would have not made fan base if I was not Black and probably from Atlanta, because I know that Black culture is what makes social media, it powers social media. If anybody disagrees with me, fine. But I'm the person that has always said that youth and Black culture power social media. And without it, it's pretty boring. It's not very interesting.
So I want to hit you then with this counter thought related to the question, right?
Mhm.
I think when we look at let's take Mark Zuckerberg from example, right?
Okay.
He wasn't setting out to do anything revolutionary, right? Facebook started as a college group site, right?
Yeah.
Dating site actually. I think the question is, when do we realize that we've created greatness? You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody goes out, very few go out seeking to create greatness, right? I think most people stumble upon it once it's happened.
If you want my honest opinion, I don't think people stumble upon greatness. I think people build things and let Black culture be the focus group.
Yeah.
And then say, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I like that take.
Here's the reason why. Like, so Black Planet came out in like 99, 2000, about 25 years later.
Yeah.
If you go look at an early Black Planet page, it doesn't look very different from a MySpace page.
So shout out to everybody watching this. But you know what? I was 98. I was born in 98. So I've never actually seen a MySpace page.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. And Noah's never seen a MySpace page.
I've seen like screenshots, but I've never had an inclination to make a MySpace account.
Okay. So the MySpace, so Black Planet pages look very, very similar to MySpace pages. And so again, I understand that Black culture winds up being the focus group for this. And so again, in the space of tech, these are $1 trillion industries that we're elevating. And at what point do we stop and say, all right, we got to jump in and do that? I think my point in this beginning of this conversation is to say that the infrastructure is a conversation that has to be had first. So if you're Juby 25, how can I trademark my dance? If I'm Soulja Boy and Bow Wow, how can I insert myself into ownership in Justin TV so that when it does become Twitch and then it does get acquired by Amazon, how am I part of that conversation?